when you make art on the internet for an extended length of time, in my case, I've been posting things on the internet for the better part of a decade. Um, you get increasingly complicated relationship with your old stuff. Really easy example, like if you go onto Shitty Kickflips and you look at like the season 0 playlist, which is just everything before Why Do You Trans Women Make Experimental Music, all of that's like unlisted and privated because if I were to make those things today, I would not release them. Like with the audience I have, I cannot be putting out like that level of person in those videos. Like there's a couple of videos where I like straight up just drop like my day job or whatever. Can't have that. I cannot have that on a channel with 20,000 subscribers or whatever. So like that's an aspect of it, right? It's like, oh, I don't want to like show too much of my hand of where I am in life. But also another aspect is I don't like that stuff anymore. I fail to see any worth in a lot of it. At the time it was worth something, but now it's not to me. I feel like it doesn't match up to my current set of standards. I think that really holds true for a lot of my older stuff. If you go onto my Bandcamp and you look at anything before Everything Rocks Forever, it's like my previous artist name was Everything Sucks Forever, which makes it really confusing to talk about. But Everything Sucks Forever was not like good. Those were my first experiments making rock music. I wouldn't describe it as particularly skilled. It's I mean it's me experimenting with the art form and seeing what clicks is what that is. So on one hand, like I'm like, okay, you can see my growth as an artist and you can see where I started versus where I am now. That's I think that's valuable and I think that's like a good thing to maintain in the world. But on the other hand, that's not reflective of anything that I make now. It's not reflective of the person I am. It's not reflective of the skills that I currently have. It feels like an older version of me following me around every time I click on Bandcamp. And it's especially more complex for me because I was in a very dark place in my life at the time. Like I was just very mentally unwell and very mentally unstable. So when I look at my Bandcamp and I see those albums there, I'm always like reminded of the person I used to be and the struggles I used to go through, and that's just an uncomfortable feeling to confront, you know? So like I'm of two minds about the old stuff because I'm like, on one hand, it sucks and it makes me feel bad to see because I'm reminded of the horrible times in my life. But on the other hand, it's like, okay, this is good to have like preserved so people can see like, oh, you can start off making bad music and make good music. Wow, incredible. Um, but I don't know. I think what my current plan is, if you go onto my website, shaykickflips.moe, you poke around, you'll find a an archive of all of my music, just everything I've ever released. That's currently public. Like obviously, I've released shit that will never see the light of day again, but all of the currently public stuff is on archive, and or on the archive, and I'm thinking of just taking the Everything Sucks Forever stuff off of my Bandcamp and just leaving it on the archive. So if you want to go buy those little EPs or albums or whatever, do that now. I'm gonna later this weekend. I'm saying a time frame. This weekend, I will be removing all that stuff off of my Bandcamp. It will only be available on a Google Drive link on my website from then on. So go get those now because they're fucking bad. I do not like those projects at all. I will be keeping Zodiac, and I will be keeping sensitivestoner82 at gmail.com. Though because cilantro soap jeans by sensitivestoner82.com at gmail.com and Zodiac by DJ McDonald's Hash Brown. Those will stay on my Bandcamp because I actually really like those little projects. But everything before that gone. It's going away. It will be archived, but it's not available anymore. Okay.